Have you ever suffered from back pain in the past? Perhaps you're currently suffering from pain that just never seems to go away? Unfortunately, suffering from acute and chronic back pain is not uncommon. The Institute of Medicine states that approximately 100 million adults in the United States suffer from chronic pain, and back pain is the second most common neurological ailment, just underneath the headache. So today we will be discussing some of the factors that cause lower back pain, but also I'll show you a move called the squat that, when performed correctly, can help you minimize the risk for injury. I myself have injured my back in the past and can attest to how important it is to maintain proper form, not only when lifting in the gym, but also while picking up various items around the house. A quick search for back pain on WebMD states that a lot of our troubles come from bad habits. So what are some of those bad habits, you may ask? Well, some of the bad habits include poor posture, overexertion in both work and play, sitting incorrectly, and pushing, pulling, and lifting carelessly. So today, we will be covering the issue of lifting things carelessly by showing you the improper way of lifting a box first, but then the proper way to lift afterwards. Have you ever heard the saying, lift with your knees, not your back? They really mean it. Don't use your back at all. You need to use your legs to generate enough force to lift said object. So first, I will show you how to lift this box incorrectly, and remember, don't lift this way. So as you can see, there were several problems with how I lifted that item, not just how my back was rounded, but also I didn't use my knees at all, kept them locked. I didn't use my legs at all, and then I also overexerted my back when I came up on the top of that move. All of those make the spine work that much harder and can increase the risk of injury. So the American College of Sports Medicine has an article that talks about some of the tips or instructions on how to properly perform a squat. And some of those tips include having a shoulder width stance, foot stance, kind of have a nice wide base before you're lifting. Don't hold your breath at any move. Just remember, exhale when you're coming up or ascending from the movement. No twisting or bouncing at the bottom of the move. And maintain a straight spine, so do not round your back like I did earlier. So some other tips include having your feet flat on the ground and have all your weight on the whole entire foot. Make sure your knees don't go past your toes, because that puts a lot of extra stress on the knees. We don't need those hurting also. And then if it starts getting where it's difficult or your form's starting to waver, either stop, adjust the weight, or just ask for help. So now I will perform the proper way to squat with both a box, and then those who want to apply this to the gym, I have a weighted barbell that I will be squatting also. And now onto the weighted barbell. So there you have it, the correct way to lift both of those items. Make sure to take it nice and slow and just be aware of your form the whole time you're performing the move. I also have a couple additional tips that I like to tell others. Imagine that you're sitting back in a chair while you're doing the move. Just it's a more natural feeling. And also keep those abdominal muscles tight so you can protect that spine and prevent your muscles from working too hard to try to lift, and then you'll hurt yourself. So now you've been able to see the improper way and the proper way to perform a squat, and you also know some of the leading causes for back pain, so hopefully you can use that knowledge to help prevent becoming another chronic pain sufferer. And remember, just use these tips to help yourself maintain or strengthen your spinal health. Thank you and have a great day.